Ew, this angle. Oh my god. The girlies. They're doing the most. So, I'm in Vegas. This is the setup. I'm not going to apologize. And we are in a stripped down version of what I can do when I have to travel and I feel like expressing myself. Not an apology, but an explanation. Hi, my name is Yolanda. Welcome back to my channel. I cuss, I'm grown. If you don't like that type of thing, I'm going to refer you to my supervisor, Tom Fondley. Y'all, according to my last video, the comments, y'all are here for white woman nonsense. Now, I will get to talking about who's the bad art friend when I have time to write. I really do have to go through all the materials again and actually put these things down on paper. I have to think this out. Like, I have so many thoughts. And I am actually emotional. Like, I am overwhelmed by almost 100% of the comments being like, WWN. I have never thought, and I'm fallible. I get things wrong. I didn't think anybody was going to be interested in that. Not in this beauty space. But if you want me to talk about it, I can talk about it. A lot. So, that is coming. That is in the works. In the meantime, there will probably be 1 or 2 videos. This would be number 1. Probably a second one is coming while I'm here in Vegas about some white woman nonsense, because the last couple of weeks has been a gold mine for said white woman nonsense. Now, if you don't have a sense of humor about some white woman fucking shenanigans, this is not the place for you. It really, really is not. You need to have a sense of humor. Part of this is done in lightness. There is a very, very serious bent to this. It is a passion of mine. I, hopefully, through some of these videos that I do, will take down whiteness. Not white people. The concept of whiteness. There's some things that only white people do. And since I'm not interested in men, regardless of what their skin tone is, I can see them coming from a mile away. White woman nonsense has had a profound effect on me. And we will talk about some of that today. I want to do probably like 3 videos on Bad Art Friend. That's how much of an impact this has had on my life. Part 1 will be just a breakdown of what has happened. Part 2 will be a meta view of what has happened, and then part 3 might be a personal take on what happened, because who's a bad art friend is ruling my universe as far as thinking is concerned. There is always a plethora of white lady nonsense on the internet. And something happened this weekend, and I've been mulling it over, weighing the pros and cons. I want to talk about the Natasha Denona glam palette in both light and dark. I think, regardless of how far you get into this video, that it is a genius, and I mean a genius release. Now I'm going to sit here as a dark-skinned woman and tell you how it didn't work. The light version didn't work for me. But if you have the skin tone of, I don't know, alabaster pearl, that it's going to work for you. Because I know how the light version didn't work out for me because it was too light. But if you have a lighter skin tone, it'll work for you. I know. I still have like 3 white friends. This is a marketing coup. This is a marketing coup. 1, you have 2 lovely palettes. 2 lovely palettes. She's a makeup artist. She knows that some people are going to prefer the light palette, including us deeper skin tone bitches. Some very light, very fair people are going to fall in love with the dark. It gives options to those of a deeper skin tone to make choices. It is a coup. If you've been watching my channel, every new makeup nonsense bingo, I have gone in on Natasha Denona and that marketing scam. I really want to talk about how everybody else is talking about them. Because I wish y'all would shut the fuck up. I like, seriously, why do you think I have the channel name of deeper skin tone? I heard it for the first time, I would say about 2 years ago, watching the YouTubes, and I thought to myself then, this isn't going to end well, but I can use it. This is genius on a marketing sales level. It is genius. Who is going to buy this palette? Everyone. Who is this palette actually for? And everybody rails against face palettes. They don't like them. There are shades in there that you can't use, so forth and so on. Listen, my makeup junkies, this palette isn't for you when you have a bunch of stuff already. It is a good introduction to the brand, regardless of what the brand is. So if you have a face palette and somebody says all of these things in here and they're like, oh, well, I get to try them all, it's good for them. This palette is for your makeup minimalists. This palette is for your fancy lady who doesn't have a ton of makeup, planning for the future where we are all buried inside for the next year, year and a half while the rage goes on outside. We're going to make ourselves good and pretty. So we are investing in our beauty because, you know, we all want to be editorial when the apocalypse goes down. This is for Christmas gifts. Tis the season. We are shopping for people. Now me, I'm an expert gift giver. There's no one in my life that actually needs this palette, so I'm not going to buy it. I don't need this palette, even though I am of a deeper skin tone, because I own 4 Natasha Denona palettes. I own hundreds of singles. Hopefully, when I do a count, it's under 300, but I'm not entirely sure. I have it all already. So I don't personally need this. I'm not going to buy it. What I'm going to do here is review the reviews because I am bothered. I am bothered. We are seeking equity. We are seeking justice. We are seeking representation. And what did I watch before I saw one person of an actual deeper skin tone? What happened when Natasha Denona came on and said, hey, I have a new face palette, and then autoplay got me and I watched 15 to probably more like 20, I'm too lazy to go back and find out, reviews of this palette by white women. Y'all are out of fucking control. Okay, we know you don't have any black friends or friends of a deeper skin tone. We've seen your vlogs. We see who you hang out with. We see who gets to come to the fucking dinner parties. It ain't anybody that looks like me. Hence the channel name, Deeper Skin Tone. We see you. When we talk about inclusivity from brands, we want to see things in multiple tones. Awesome. But what we don't need is people who have absolutely no affiliation with, and I don't want you to bring up your work friend or someone else on the PTA. I've been that bitch. I've been everybody's black best friend. Okay? I don't know. It's a long personal history, but I have spent a lot of time in primarily white institutions with a lot of fucking white people. And they would all count me amongst their fucking friends. I'm not your friend. I'm someone you work with. I'm someone who sat on the PTA board with. I'm someone who did a whole lot of volunteer hours with you. I might have run a marathon or two with you, but we are not friends. You have no vested interest in what's going on in my life. And if I'm perfectly honest, a lot of what I see from you, my former white friends, who I never really called friends, my former white acquaintances, not my fault. Y'all be doing some raggedy ass shit. I don't know why people think that I am the fucking person to trust with all of their racist secrets, but I am. I hear you. I don't particularly react one way or another to it, but I've stored the information. I see. Anywho, that was a tangent. No, I don't want to install the updates now. Leave me alone. Anyway, so this palette, I was like, oh, I'm excited. I don't need it. I'm not going to buy it. If you watched any of my new makeup nonsense bingos, I talk myself out of buying things all of the time. You know why I'm not going to buy it? Because I was able to kind of recreate it using Natasha Denona shadows, Salt New York Cream and Tint. I don't know the name of this. It's one of the originals, but I use my makeup. I travel with my makeup. So yeah, it it is. It's the lip and cheek Tint Pro, but I honestly do not know what this particular shade is. It reads as a mauve terracotta. It has brown, it has a little bit of orange in it, and a little bit of pink. According to Natasha Denona's website, it would be closest to this color. I've seen swatches of all of these. These came out of the bronze palette. They are the most, they are the more neutral. 2 and 3 are the most neutral shades of the Natasha Denona palette, and I also reached into one of my favorite neutral palettes, the Identity palette. I depotted this. I got the first version of that when you could depot it easily. Actually, leave in the comments if anybody knows how to depot hard plastic. I love this palette so damn much that I bought a second one. One, because I like it as a palette, but this is what I do. I travel a lot. So these are housed in the Salt New York palette. I love these palettes. I have the OJ, the one that came in black. You can't get that anymore, but these go everywhere with me. The Salt New York palettes have been tested. This has actually accidentally ended up in my has ended up in my luggage that I checked. So the suitcase almost didn't make it, but these did, and the shadows inside survived. So, like, I love this. These are perfect for travel. Some of y'all have never been harassed by the TSA. That's some privilege. That's some white woman nonsense as well. Y'all be packing, and I'm like, how do you get through the TSA with all of that shit? Lies. I created a version of it for myself. Is it exactly the same? No. Is it going to appear on the face and eyes like so many of the tutorials that I've already seen? Yes. Is it going to work for deeper skin tones? Of course. Is that what it actually is for? Maybe. Like, I celebrate this from Natasha Denona. I was annoyed with the original Glam palette. I stopped buying from her. And then I started with my favorite pastime is duping her palettes with, I only have 4 of them. And I have been able to dupe every subsequent release just using the 4 palettes that I have. FYI, if you're a makeup junkie like I am, Gold palette, Metropolis, Lila, and Bronze. Those 4 palettes, and I've been able to dupe everything that she's come out with since, with the exception of the Chroma palette, but I already have that from Viseart. So, moving on to the palette itself. As I said before, marketing coup. Ancillary benefit to all of the buying frenzies that people are going through is that people picked it up for review. So there's like a bump in sales, and if you don't think that their light version was not available for a time, for a reason, it was so that all of you people would get out and try and sell this palette to everyone. Now, I'm going to tell you what the white woman nonsense is. Y'all don't know any black people. You've not put makeup on any black people. You've swatched on your skin, and I'm going to tell you about this. Swatches on you are going to be way different than swatches on us. Okay? So non-specific. So fucking rude. So fucking rude. I've only heard one creator with a lighter skin tone actually acknowledge they have no idea how this is going to look on a deeper skin tone. I appreciate you, Morgan Turner. Everybody else, shame on you. When we talk about inclusivity, when we talk about wanting to see ourselves represented, we don't want to be spoken over. We don't want to be condescended to. And we don't want to be an afterthought. And all of this language around, I'm sure it's going to be lovely on a deeper skin tone, rolls into what I call white woman nonsense. The presumption that you know things that you have absolutely no experience with. I love the amateurs here on YouTube. I love Small and Beauty YouTube. I hear it from the best of you all of the time. But this is what it sounds like to my ear a lot of the time. And I'm going to actually quote directly. I don't like this product. I hate this product. This is not a good product. I'm sure it'll look lovely on a deeper skin tone. I've heard this. At its most benign, which is still really, really malevolent, it's an afterthought. Oh, this is too dark on me. I don't have any use for this. I'm sure it'll look lovely on a deeper skin tone. To its worst outcome, I can't stand this. It smells bad. It's the worst. Here you go, darkies. It's for you. When we talk about subtleties with racism, when we talk about innocuous things that people say, people are being careless with language and it erupts into the culture. When I first heard, oh, this will look lovely on a deeper skin tone, I adopted it for myself because I started to hate it and I started to hear it everywhere. Language, just like a lot of things out there, is a virus. Okay, if you speak the language of the oppressors, guess who you are. I'm just saying, I would like everybody to keep a deeper skin tone out of their videos because you honestly do not know. If you're going to wax poetic on a regular basis about the difference between pearl and alabaster in your foundation ranges, and I love that kind of talk because I am a persnickety ass bitch too when it comes to what I put on my face. Case in point, this entire palette. Let's say I was new to makeup and I was looking for Natasha Denona. That was what I wanted because I heard all of you rave and rave about the eyeshadows, and they are very good. If, for whatever reason, this is what I was looking for in a review, I would ask that you are just as discerning as I am about the shades that I put on my face. Listen, I want you guys review lipsticks all of the time. Very specific point. What you describe as brown, in actuality, is a pinky brown. Because a lot of the cool skinned beauties out there, the pink absorbs into your undertone. What flashes back is brown. If I put that same lipstick on, it's going to look pink because I am mostly brown, and what's left over to the eye is pink. The worry I have about this particular palette, for me, of someone who is extremely warm, that it's going to be a pink blush when I'm expecting it to be a terracotta with a little bit of an orange in it. I know, for my skin tone, because my undertone is damn near street orange, y'all, of all skin tones, leave my orange foundation alone. That's for me. Okay? Okay? That orange foundation in the middle of the range was made for Yolanda. So leave it alone. Okay? Stop talking about this is too orange. I don't look at myself and think that I'm too orange, okay? I like my coloring. My concern, if I were to buy this palette, is that it would be too pink because the description says that it is a pinky terracotta shade. So it looks orange on you because your skin absorbs the pink. On me, it might look straight pink because my skin absorbs the orange. So when you ubiquitously out here declare that, hey, this is for all of the deeper skin tones, you are denigrating our experience because I have learned a lot about my own coloring and I am just as choosy about what goes on my skin as you are. Be careful. Be careful with what you say. That is what I'm asking. One, you don't have to like black people. You really, really don't. Don't mention it. We'll see you. But two, don't presume. Or don't assume, because you know how the saying goes. And three, this is just a lesson about how these things spread, how these things become large, how it becomes more of a problem than it was intended to be. I know that you want to speak to everyone, but maybe sometimes you can't. White woman nonsense encompasses a lot of people doing jobs that they are qualified to do, but maybe shouldn't. Like social work, makeup artistry, and I only say this because a lot of people, professionals and otherwise, regardless of industry, get it wrong on people with a deeper skin tone. Okay, I can clock somebody's wrong foundation in a movie or a television series more often than you think. And that's not the photography, that is the makeup specialist, someone who doesn't have any understanding of what it actually takes to make up a face of deeper skin tones. I will be back with more white woman nonsense and other shenanigans. I might vlog here in Vegas. Listen, I've seen a trend. We are slipper nation. I have seen all types of slippers out here. I have seen all of the slippers. I might vlog some of this Vegas experience. Now, listen, you are not going to get all of the lights. I'm going to go do some nerdy shit. That's what I do. But if anybody's interested in that kind of thing, let me know. So, I can do some vlog stuff. We can do white women nonsense. I can do this all day long. I'm starting to enjoy it. Thank you for the engagement. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. And are you getting this? Do you love this as much as I do for the brand? Have we forgiven Natasha Denona for her shenanigans? Because honestly, the first release was really like, we just don't care about the rest of y'all. Like, we're going to get all the white ladies to buy this glam palette, and maybe some of the black ones who aspire. I'm sure if I bought the glam palette and I have an interest in it, if it goes half off, I'll probably buy it. But I didn't like the way it was sold. So, are we forgiving? Because I think I am. I think she did an amazing job. I really, really, really do. I think it works towards inclusivity, but the forces that be, the rest of y'all here on the YouTubes, have disappointed me greatly. Please stop. Please, please stop. And until next time, I will be back. Why are we acting like we haven't seen dark eyeshadow before? We talk about grungy palettes all the time. All of y'all love melt eyeshadows. And then all of a sudden it's, this eyeshadow's too dark for me. But it's good for you of a deeper skin tone. Well, this is a deeper skin tone to say that y'all are all fucking full of horseshit. It's dark eyeshadow. There's two colorways. There's a light one and there's a dark one. But it doesn't mean that it's specifically for a dark person. It just means that, oh, I don't know, you might have a preference for things that are darker. You might want to contour your eyes. You might want to go out in the evening and it's not a daytime look. Can we stop pretending like this is the revolution? So, the creative spirit that I am, I also created If I Had My Way. If we were really revolutionary, what will we do with a glam eye and face palette in going with the theme of the original palette? If we're going to do a dark version, would it look like this? It's cool toned, neutral. It has that shade for Lee, deeper skin tones, but also, and I've seen this because I love Kiki G's channel and everything that she does, cool toned white ladies too. The ubiquitous champagne highlighter. This is actually Chai from Danessa Myricks Lightworks 1. These are both JD Glow Shadows. This is, I don't use my glasses to read. Loaded. This is Henny. It's a beautiful shade. Sydney Grace Shadow, and I don't use my eyes to read, Rover. This is Crixus. Who watched that show? I can talk about that show as well. I use my things so the things in the back roll off. This is Salt New York. Listen, you can go to the website, buy a bunch of shit. You'll not fucking regret it, especially if you are a traveling bitch like I am. Anyway, so if I had my way, this is what the glam face and eye palette would actually look like for a deeper skin tone.